I have done a fair bit of travel, a lot of it by myself, and I'm always looking for something a little bit different each time I go. Now, anyone who has been traveling will know that every trip you go on is completely different. You always see something new, meet new people, but there is more to travel than just going to other places. There are different ways you can experience going away as well. So I've just come back from a little trip to Italy. I've been to Venice, and this time I thought I would take my mum backpacking. I'm not taking a picture, I'm doing some video. Oh. So my mum has never stayed in a hostel before. And when I first said to her, do you fancy going to Italy for a few days? And she was, really up for it. And I was like, but there's a catch. We're staying in a hostel. She took it really well. She's okay with it. We stayed at the Generator hostel, which was in, I never know how to say any of these words. I'm just going to YouTube how to pronounce it. Gaia. Is that right? That doesn't sound very Italian. Gaia. Anyway, it's an island opposite St Mark's Square on the main Venezia island. So we stayed at the Generator hostel, which is a really cool, funky hostel. The Generator is actually part of a big chain of hostels. They've got them in all cities, in loads of places around the world. It's a really nice hostel. They've got like a big bar area downstairs, so they sell food. I think they have like DJs and stuff. The DJ was on starting at 11 p.m. and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in bed by 9, so I'm probably not gonna do that. I personally wouldn't choose to stay in a hostel like this if I was on my own. The reason is because, and this is just my personal opinion, I always find that the big hostels like that are really difficult to meet people. I find that the bigger and more commercial they are, the less, intimate and friendly they seem to be. The staff are lovely, don't get me wrong, they're really friendly. But the whole point of a hostel really is that you meet people. And I find that in big hostels like that, it's really difficult to make friends. Whereas a smaller hostel with a more basic communal area, it's a lot easier to make friends. So I probably wouldn't stay in one if I was by myself. However, if you're with people, I think they're really great. So we stayed there for 2 nights, and she didn't hate it. But the first thing was, she was like, oh, I don't like living out of a bag. I just want to hang my stuff up. But she took it like a champ and she didn't complain too much. So what's the verdict? First night in a hostel, did you love it?
Well, I slept very well.
Yeah.
That was a positive. But when I woke up this morning, I really wanted to chat to you, and everyone else was asleep, so it was painful, like having to be aware of everybody else's need to sleep when I wanted to talk. So
yeah, well, you do get up very early, don't you?
I know, it was quite early. But everyone else should be up early because it's a lovely day and there's lots to see and lots to do in bed, really.
So, verdict, did you love it or no?
I'm on the fence at the moment.
Okay, all right. The other thing that we did for 2 nights was something that I've never done in another country before. We stayed in a caravan. We went to the Jolly Camping in town. This is what it looks like. We found these in our hostel in my locker, didn't we? 4 of them.
Behind, so we're having them, giving them a good time.
We don't actually know what's in it. It could be anything, so it might not even be chocolate. We could be like accidentally muling drugs. So we just got into the caravan, and what are you doing?
I'm unpacking.
She's
so enjoying it.
Straight away hanging her clothes up because you missed that, didn't you, in the hostel?
Did, yes.
This is our little caravan park that we're on now.
It's very nice.
You like this more than the hostel?
Yes.
Okay. I have to say they're onto an absolute winner with the guy who stands at the gate and welcomes people. I don't know if he's supposed to be security, but he's like the nicest guy ever. He greets you, his name's, I think it's Mustafa, and he greets you with this big smile. He was the one in the video that was wearing the "May I help you" on the back of his thing, and he was just, he'd go by you and be like, "Hey, thank you." I don't know if he knew more English than that, but he's just such a good, feel-good person. He was really good. Jolly Camper, you did well with hiring him. The Jolly Camping in Town, I think is what it's called. They've got a really cool slogan, and it's I think the group of them are called Human, and it's called Open Air, Open Mind. And the idea is that it's more kind of outdoorsy, environmental, clear, fresh air, clear minds, which I'm pro for that. That's brilliant. It was based in the Marghera area, so it's a little way out of Venice, the main sort of island. And its cons is it's kind of tucked out the way a little bit, and it's in the middle of a big, busy, I want to say it's like a dual carriageway, like a that goes around it. It's really busy, so you can constantly I just got a message. I'm so popular. I never usually get messages. You can constantly all the time hear traffic from the roads, which is a little bit annoying because, you can hear a lot in caravans anyway. So, but the caravan itself was pretty cool. And my mum preferred it because she was able to hang her clothes up. So that was a win for her. Venice isn't just Venice St Mark's Square. It's actually a Venetian lagoon. So you may already know Venice is loads of canals everywhere, but there's lots of different islands that you can go to. We didn't do all of them because we were tired, but we did a few. So it's all canals, as you know. So to get around is mainly by vaporettos, which is, it's like a water bus, which is quite difficult to understand when you first get there. I found it's quite difficult to understand, but as soon as you get it, you're like, bam, jumping on and off them, going everywhere. It's brilliant. It's great. So we went over to Murano first. We got the vaporetto from the, I can never say any of these words, Piazza Roma, and we got the vaporetto over there. Now, Murano is famous for its glass blowing. I don't know much about that kind of blowing. I don't know why I said that. Sorry, Mum. Yeah, and I don't know why I said that because I don't know anything about that sort of thing. It's famous for its glass making, and they have a factory there. And I bought a lovely little bracelet. Where's my bracelet? Let me find my bracelet. This is my lovely bracelet that I got. It's like a little heart. I'll take it off. So it's got a heart with some like beady stuff there. This is Murano. We had a wander around there first, and all the islands are just, there's something so different about all of them. It's amazing. But this is Murano. after Murano, we took a vaporetto over to, I don't know how to say it. I'm going to say Torcello, um, which again is so different to the other islands. It was so quiet because Venice itself, like St. Mark's Square, and it's just packed with people all the time. It's so busy. And you just go to Torcello and it's just quiet. There's so much green everywhere. And we had a lovely meal. We went for lunch. I needed the toilet. Didn't realise there was a public toilet, though. If we just walked like a couple of minutes on, we would have got to public toilets. So we ended up going in this beautiful restaurant, absolutely gorgeous. We both had the ricotta ravioli with prawns and hazelnuts. Delicious. However, we paid €18 for 6 pieces of pasta. It was worth it. It was a great experience, and the food was lovely, and it was lovely ambiance. After Torcello, we went over to Burano. Burano. Burano, oh, this place is so cute. If you are into your Instagram pictures. I mean, I keep trying, but I'm such an awkward poser. But if you are into your posing, this is the picturesque, perfect place for you to get some grand pictures. All the buildings are different bright colours, not in the same way as Cinque Terre. They're like more vibrant colours. And like also obviously all the buildings along the canal, it's absolutely stunning. They are, I believe, that particular island is famous for its lace making. We didn't have a tour. We were just walking around trying to figure it out, but it's absolutely beautiful. All these islands are so cool. We then went back to the main one after that. We were going to go across to Lido as well because there's a beach there, evidently. But if I'm honest with you, I was just so tired. And so was my mum. We were like, scrap it. We didn't do a gondola ride. Part of me would like to have done it, but part of me also doesn't want to pay the sort of price. I appreciate it's a bit of a difficult job and they are trying to earn a living. Personally, if there'd been like a lot of us to share it with, and that might have swayed me, but I backpack around staying in cheap hostels, trying to skimp and save my money so that I can go further with it. I don't want to pay a lot of money to do anything, if I'm honest with you. So we didn't do a gondola ride, but my mum has done one before. What was it like backpacking with your mum? You know, actually, to be fair to her, she wasn't whingy or complaining at all. And we had such a lovely time. She was actually she is quite a get up and go kind of person and really positive and fun anyway. So I didn't have any worries that, you know, she was going to be, difficult about anything. And she was definitely up for having some fun. So we did have a really good time. Her verdict, I should probably get her to record a little video actually, but I'll ask her to record a little video of her verdict. But she liked the hostel, said she wouldn't say no to it again, but I don't think she was all that into it. She actually slept better in the hostel than what she did in the caravan, because our caravan, we had people coming in every night for the 2 nights that we were there, like absolutely pissed up at 2 a.m, making they were all out on the park, just like outside their caravans, drinking. I remember once upon a time when that used to be me. Now I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. Here is some video footage of Venice. Please bear in mind I was just using an iPhone and I'm not a film director, photographer. I'm not somebody who films stuff for a living. So this is Venice. bye.